Okay, let's be real for a second.
Yeah.
LinkedIn can be a bit of a drag sometimes.
It can.
It's like you spend all this time perfecting your resume and then it just kind of vanishes into the void.
Right. Like a digital black hole.
Exactly. But what if I told you your profile could be like this secret weapon?
Ooh.
I like where this is going.
Not just for finding a job, but for building your whole professional brand.
Now you're talking.
So today we're going to do a deep dive into making your LinkedIn profile, like, seriously magnetic.
Love it.
You know, we've all seen those profiles that just kind of blend in.
Oh, yeah. Totally forgettable.
But there are some people out there who figured out how to make theirs stand out.
And that's what we're going to unpack today.
Exactly. And we've got some awesome tips to help you do the same.
Practical stuff you can actually use.
So first impressions, right? It's all about that split-second glance.
Like when someone's scanning a resume, you got to grab their attention fast.
Exactly. And it all starts with that little square photo.
Oh, the profile
The
picture.
one that can make or break you. Seriously, it's like the cover of a book.
If it's not interesting, nobody's going to open it.
You hit the nail on the head.
So no bathroom selfies then.
Probably not the best look.
What about those vacation pics where you're like halfway out of frame?
Yeah, we got to up our game.
Okay, so what does a good profile pic actually look like?
Think professional, but with a touch of personality.
Got it.
Clear headshot, neutral background.
Okay,
And wear something you'd wear to a meeting in your industry.
makes sense.
Oh, and don't forget a genuine smile. People can spot a fake one a mile away.
Yeah, nobody wants to look like they're in a hostage situation.
Exactly.
Okay, picture check. But what about that headline? Most people just put their job title, right?
Yeah, and it's such a missed opportunity.
It's like saying, hi, I'm boring.
Instead of just project manager, how about project management expert delivering complex projects on time and under budget?
Whoa. Okay, that's a whole different vibe.
Right. It's all about showcasing your unique value.
And using keywords that people actually search for.
Bingo. You're speaking my language.
Okay, I'm sold. So we've got the attention-grabbing photo and headline.
Now what?
Now we need to keep them hooked.
And that's where the about section comes in.
This is where we really get to tell our story, right?
Exactly. Ditch the corporate jargon and let your personality shine through.
So like an elevator pitch, but in writing.
You got it. You've got a few seconds to make them want to learn more.
Okay, no pressure.
But seriously, this is your chance to connect with people on a human level.
So how do we make it, like, captivating?
Start strong. A punchy opening line that summarizes who you are and what you do.
Examples.
Something like, passionate marketer with a proven track record of launching successful campaigns.
Ooh, I like that.
Then, hit them with your key achievements using bullet points to make it easy to read.
Ah, so it's like a movie trailer, highlighting the best parts.
Exactly. And then, finish strong with what you're looking for or what you're passionate about.
So something like, currently seeking opportunities to leverage my expertise in X to drive growth for innovative companies.
Perfect. Or, passionate about using data-driven insights to transform businesses.
Okay, I'm already rewriting my about section in my head.
I love it.
All right, so we've got the photo, the headline, the about section.
What's next?
Now it's time for the work experience section.
Which can be a snooze fest if we're not careful.
Seriously, it's like a black hole of boring bullet points.
It doesn't have to be that way.
So how do we make it stand out?
It's all about showcasing the impact you've made in each role.
Not just listing your daily tasks, right?
Exactly. Instead of saying manage social media accounts,
Yeah, that's pretty generic.
try something like developed and implemented a social media strategy that increased engagement by 20%.
Ooh, now we're talking results.
It's all about quantifying your achievements whenever possible.
So instead of just saying you're good at something,
You show them the proof.
like, here's the data, folks.
Yeah, exactly. You're not just telling them, you're showing them.
Oh, like,
It's about painting a picture of what you actually did, not just what your job description said.
this is making me want to go back and redo my whole profile.
Do it.
But first, we
Yeah.
got to talk about the skills section.
Oh yeah, that one can be tricky.
Because a lot of people just throw every skill they can think of in there.
Hoping something sticks.
Exactly. But that just ends up being a jumbled mess.
It's like a kitchen sink approach.
So how do we choose the right skills to highlight?
Think about the roles you're targeting or the industry you're in.
Okay, so relevance is key.
What are the most in-demand skills? What are your strengths? Then choose the ones that best represent your expertise.
So instead of listing every software program I've ever used,
Right.
I should focus on the ones that are actually relevant to my field.
And the ones you're truly proficient in.
Got it. Quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And don't underestimate the power of endorsements.
Oh, yeah. Those little thumbs ups can make a big difference.
They add credibility to your skills and can actually help you rank higher in search results.
So it's a good idea to reach out to colleagues and clients and ask them for endorsements.
Definitely. A few well-placed endorsements can go a long way.
Okay, we've covered the photo, the headline, the about section, work experience, and skills.
We've made some serious progress.
I'm starting to see the light at the end of this LinkedIn tunnel.
But we're not done yet.
Oh, there's more.
We've laid a solid foundation, but now it's time to take it to the next level.
All right, bring on the next round of LinkedIn wisdom.
Let's do it. All right, welcome back to our LinkedIn deep dive.
So we've tackled the basics, right?
We've got the profile looking good.
It's not just a boring resume anymore.
But now things get interesting.
We've talked about like what would the parts of a great profile.
Yeah.
But now let's get into the why.
Ooh, I like that.
Like, what can a strong LinkedIn presence actually do for you?
It's about way more than just finding a job.
Okay, tell me more.
It's about building your professional brand.
Becoming a thought leader in your industry. Okay, thought leader sounds a bit intimidating, to be honest.
It doesn't have to be, really.
Okay.
Just think of it as sharing your expertise.
Sharing your insights with everyone.
Yeah, like imagine you're at a conference.
Right.
Someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, I loved that article you shared on LinkedIn about X."
That's pretty cool.
Right. That's the power of an active LinkedIn presence.
So it's not just about having a profile.
No, not
It's about actually being part of the conversation.
exactly. And it's honestly easier than you might think.
Okay, how so?
Just start by sharing articles or insights that you find interesting,
Okay.
stuff that's relevant to your field.
Makes sense.
Comment on other people's posts.
Yeah.
Share your own thoughts, even start your own discussions.
So it's like social media, but for professionals.
Exactly. But instead of sharing cat videos or political rants, you're sharing industry knowledge,
Okay, I like that.
thought-provoking articles, or your unique perspective on a trending topic.
I can see the potential here. But what if I'm not an expert yet?
What if I'm just starting out? That's the beauty of LinkedIn. It's a fantastic learning platform.
Really?
Yeah, even if you don't have all the answers yet.
Hmm.
You can learn from others, ask questions, contribute to the conversation in a meaningful way.
So instead of feeling intimidated by all the experts out there,
Right.
I can actually use LinkedIn to connect with them.
Learn from them and build my own expertise.
Exactly.
And by being active and engaged, you're showing curiosity and initiative
Oh, that makes sense.
and a willingness to learn, which are all super valuable to employers.
Okay, I'm on board with this whole active participation thing.
Good.
But I'm also, like, really busy.
I hear you.
How much time do I realistically need to spend on LinkedIn to see results?
You don't need to spend hours on it every day.
Okay, good.
Even 15, 20 minutes can make a huge difference.
Seriously?
Think of it as a tiny investment in your professional future.
Okay, so what can I do in 15 minutes?
You could read a relevant industry article and share it with a thoughtful comment.
Okay.
You could respond to a connections post with a genuine question or insight.
Yeah.
You could even just browse your feed and see what's happening in your field.
So quality over quantity.
Exactly. Meaningful connections and contributing in a way that adds value. And the more you engage, the more visible you become, and the more opportunities will come your way.
I get it, but this whole personal brand thing still feels a bit vague to me.
Yeah.
What does it actually mean?
And how do I create one? It's really simpler than it sounds.
Okay.
Your personal brand is basically what you're known for,
Sure.
what makes you unique and valuable in the professional world.
Okay.
It's about knowing your strengths, your passions, your expertise.
So I'm showing them to the world. So
Mhm.
it's not about pretending to be someone I'm not.
No?
It's about highlighting the best parts of myself.
Yes, the things you're genuinely good at and passionate about, and your LinkedIn profile is the perfect place to do that.
Okay, this is making more sense now. But let's be real.
Yeah.
Not everyone is comfortable with putting themselves out there online.
I totally get that.
What advice would you give to someone who's feeling a bit hesitant?
That's completely understandable.
Yeah.
Not everyone's a natural extrovert, right?
Right.
And that's fine.
Okay.
The cool thing about LinkedIn is that you can control how much you share.
And how visible you want to be. So I can start small.
Exactly. Focus on building your profile, connecting with people you know.
And gradually becoming more active.
It's a journey, not a race.
Okay, like that.
Start with small steps and gradually expand your comfort zone.
And there are resources out there to help, right?
Tons. Like what? LinkedIn itself has a ton of articles and tips.
Okay.
There are online communities, courses.
So I'm not alone in this.
Not at all.
And you're here to help guide us through it.
Always. Speaking of guidance, I'm curious about something.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about the importance of an online presence.
Mm-hmm.
But what about face-to-face interactions? Are those still important in the age of LinkedIn? Absolutely. LinkedIn is powerful, but it shouldn't replace real-world networking.
Okay, that makes sense.
Conferences, meetups, industry events, grabbing coffee with someone.
Yeah.
Those personal connections are still super valuable.
So it's not one or the other.
Right.
It's about using both strategically.
Exactly. Think of LinkedIn as a way to enhance your real-world networking.
I can connect with someone online.
Yeah.
Learn about them.
And then use that to start a conversation when you meet in person.
So it's like a bridge between the digital world and the real world.
Exactly. And when you use both effectively, it's a powerful combination.
This has been super insightful.
I'm glad.
I'm feeling way more confident about LinkedIn now.
That's great to hear.
But before we move on, I wanted to touch on recommendations.
Yeah,
We talked about how to get them, but what makes a truly great recommendation?
that's a great question.
Yeah.
A truly great recommendation goes beyond generic praise.
Okay,
It provides specific examples of your skills and achievements.
got it. Instead of just saying, John is a great worker.
Which is pretty vague.
Right. It's more like, John led the project that resulted in a 20% increase in sales.
Ooh, I like that.
John's ability to think outside the box helped us solve a critical problem.
So it's like a mini case study that shows my impact.
Exactly. Those details make recommendations much more impactful and credible.
So when I'm asking for recommendations, it's a good idea to remind my connections of specific projects we worked on.
Absolutely. The more info you can give them, the better they can write a recommendation that shows your true value.
This is all fantastic advice.
I'm glad it's helpful.
I'm feeling so much more prepared to tackle my LinkedIn profile now.
Awesome.
But before we wrap up this deep dive, okay, so we've really covered a lot.
We have.
From that perfect headline to building a genuine network.
Yeah,
I'm feeling pretty inspired to revamp my whole LinkedIn approach.
that's great to hear.
But you mentioned something earlier I wanted to come back to.
Oh, yeah.
The idea of LinkedIn being a work in progress. Ah, yes, that's super important.
So it's not about getting it perfect and then forgetting about it.
Right.
It's got to evolve as we do.
Exactly. Reflecting growth, new experiences, goals changing, and all that.
So it's like constantly refining it.
Yeah.
Keep it fresh and engaging.
You got it. Think of it like tending a garden, you know?
Okay, I like that analogy.
You've got to water it, prune it, add new plants to keep it thriving.
So how do we keep our profiles blooming?
Well, first things first, keep your info up to date.
Makes sense.
New job, new course, new skill. Make sure your profile reflects those changes.
Yeah, a stale profile doesn't exactly scream engaged and active.
Exactly. It's all about showing that you're constantly learning, evolving.
Providing value.
Yeah, that's the key.
Now, we've talked a lot about keywords,
We have.
but I think it's worth repeating. They're super important, right?
Absolutely. They're the secret sauce to getting noticed
By recruiters.
and showing up in search results.
So how do we use keywords without sounding like robots?
That's the trick, isn't it?
Yeah.
The key is to weave them naturally into your profile.
Okay.
Think about the terms someone might search for when looking for your skills.
Like if I'm a software developer,
Right.
I might use keywords like Python, JavaScript.
Web development, agile methodology.
Okay, so use them, but make sure they fit in the context.
Exactly. It should sound natural, like a human wrote it.
Not a keyword machine.
Exactly.
Got it. Balance is key.
Always.
Now, what about the visual stuff?
Oh, yeah.
We talked about the profile picture,
Mm-hmm.
but what about that background image? Does that matter?
It can. It's not as crucial as the profile pic, but it can add visual interest
Okay.
and reinforce your brand
So choose something relevant to my industry.
or your interests.
Like if I'm a graphic designer, maybe showcase my design aesthetic.
Right.
Or a writer, maybe an image of a typewriter or something.
Exactly. It's a subtle way to add personality.
And professionalism.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, before we wrap up, what about those built-in LinkedIn features?
Oh, there's some good.
Any favorites?
The featured section is super powerful.
What's that?
It's where you can showcase your work, articles, projects, anything that highlights your expertise.
Like a mini portfolio right on your profile.
Exactly. Let your work speak for itself.
And if you're looking for a job, that open to work feature is a must.
Absolutely. That green banner gets you noticed by recruiters.
And you can customize it, right?
Yeah. Specify the types of roles you're interested in, your location.
So it's targeted job searching.
Exactly.
Okay, I think we've covered it all. Creating a killer LinkedIn profile and using it to reach our goals.
It's been a great discussion.
Any final words of wisdom?
Just remember, LinkedIn is powerful for building your brand, expanding your network, and growing your career.
But it's not magic, right?
Right, you got to put in the effort.
Create that compelling profile.
Engage authentically.
Nurture those connections.
It's about being proactive.
Building relationships and showing the world the best you've been.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And remember, even small, consistent efforts can lead to big results.
So there you have it, folks. A deep dive into LinkedIn mastery.
From the basics to the advanced stuff.
Hope you found it insightful and inspiring.
And most importantly, actionable.
Go out there and create those awesome profiles.
We're here to help along the way.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.